POWERTALK, WIEF Roundtable, Kota Kinabalu, Sabah 2020. I'm with Datuk Dr. Mohd Yaakub Haji Johari, the Chief Executive Officer, Sabah Economic Development and Investment Authority, or SEDIA, of Sabah. Datuk, how does fixed deposit and interest rates play a role in enhancing Malaysia's economy, and which countries' FD, in your opinion, is worth exploring in the near future?
The first question, obviously, in any economy, it would always be better if investment is financed from internally generated resources.
Okay.
That means FD.
All right.
So, but on the other hand, if the interest rate is high, then it could have the effect of dampening the economy, and especially the stock market is very vulnerable to any adjustment in interest rate.
Okay.
And the other element, obviously, is the impact on the housing sector. So housing sector as well is quite vulnerable to movement in interest rate.
Okay.
And on the second question relating to investment overseas, I think this is something which is very challenging, because high FD rates tend to be associated with high inflation.
Okay.
And normally it tends to be very much associated with vulnerable economies like Argentina.
Okay.
But I think there could be good value, especially within our immediate neighbors. Indonesia, for example, they offer quite a good fixed deposit rate, almost double that is offered in Malaysia, and the inflation rate is fairly reasonable at about 6%. But if you are not staying in Indonesia, that's a good investment. I'm talking about in US dollar term.
Understood. Yes.
Right. And if you are those having high risk appetite, you might go to Cambodia. Actually, Cambodia offers stable inflation and good interest rate.
Okay. Dato', what are the existing government policies here and economic incentive for investors? And how do you think the government could further encourage future investment, especially from, international, multinationals and stuff, because it's getting to be like a dog-eat-dog world, because Vietnam is sexy for now, but who knows in the future, maybe it's going to be Cambodia or maybe Bangladesh, we don't know. So we can't control others, but what can Sabah do to be, in layman's terms, sexy for foreign investors?
Yeah, firstly, investment has always been associated with infrastructure adequacy. That means investors, they don't want to worry about getting their product to market, and they don't want their product to be disrupted because of power failures and because of lack of power supply. These are certainly basic. So the first principles, obviously, is those requirement by investors, it has to be there, firstly. Secondly, you might then incentivize investors by supporting, by providing income tax deduction, the sort of things. That's the second element. And the third element, which is increasingly important, is the labor force adaptability. Investors, they, if possible, they don't want to just get their workers from where they have been investing. They would rather like to have local to operate. And I think that requires a little bit of assurance that we can provide adequate labor supply which are adaptable.
Okay. The elephant in the room, the new capital city of Indonesia in East Kalimantan. Do you see the need for Sabah to venture into new sectors, looking forward to the future when that is fully settled and thriving, let's say 10, 20 or 30 years, to leverage on that?
Yeah, actually, Borneo region has been identified as one of the area endemic with biodiversity resources, and we have the largest, we have the richest biodiversity in terms of genetic resources, both on land and on sea, and we have not been affected by the ice age. And if we work together with Indonesia, using the strength of their researchers to uncover the value potential from all of these genetic resources for pharmaceuticals, for cosmetics, for whatever that is valuable for humankind. I think that could be very interesting, because I have seen in Europe, it looks like there is a trend from among the young people, and I believe also elderly, if they can see the efficacy of the natural products, food or natural products based cosmetics,
non-drug pharmaceutical,
non-drug sort of things. You can see in Europe, companies selling this type of products are expanding very rapidly, like Holland and Barrett, that sort of thing. So I think this is untapped areas that we can jointly develop. Their scientists, our scientists, we collaborate. I think it can make a major breakthrough. And I believe even scientists all over the world, they are just find it alluring to the Borneo region with all of this diversity that we have.
Thank you so much, Datuk Dr. Mohd Yaakub. On behalf of WIEF Foundation, this is Power Talk at the WIEF Roundtable in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah 2020.